Hey, Lisa Mason Mentor here with AskLisaMentor.com, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. And I hope I don't start crying. I probably will, because it's still very painful and raw, but I really felt like I needed to share it because so many people are coming to me talking about how tough their lives are, especially in this economy with things that are happening with their money and their jobs. They're losing jobs, and it's just really tough. And it's tough for everybody, and it's been tough for me too. And so today I just want to just maybe try to encourage you to just keep on going, to keep on pushing through. And I know it's tough out here on the internet trying to make money, and you don't necessarily know what you're doing, and you just keep on trying and keep plugging away. I just want to encourage you because 3 years ago in April 2010, I lost a job, and it was very, very painful for me. But what was more painful was that in June of 2010, I found out that my father had terminal lung cancer. And I loved my daddy. I was a daddy's girl. And so, and I went to St. Louis. I live in Memphis. I went to St. Louis and I spent about a month there with my dad. And I was on the road so much in 2010. I don't really remember much about that year except that it was painful. Then in October, my father passed away. And I was devastated. Didn't have a job. So we couldn't pay the mortgage on our dream home, so we moved out and moved to a less desirable part of Memphis, which was really hard because we lived in a beautiful neighborhood. And so we moved into a rental home, and that was hard for me as a parent with my children. Even though they weren't little kids, it was still really hard. I felt like I failed my family. But I was also grieving for my father and trying to make money online, which was really hard with all those things going on. And then the next year in 2011, I was hoping things would be better. But then my mother was diagnosed with stage 4 bladder cancer 5 months after I lost my dad. And then my mother passed away 4 months later. The same as my dad, so they passed away 9 months apart. I didn't grow up in an ideal home. There was a lot of conflict. They loved me very much, but they didn't love each other very well at all. So there was a lot of conflict, but I never doubted their love for me, and so it just crushed me, devastated me, broke my heart to lose my foundation. But I had to persevere. So during this time period, not only did I lose a job, I lost the 2 people in the world who loved me most. And there were days when there was not enough. There was not enough money to do the things that came easy for me before. For the first time in my life, I remember I don't have any money to buy groceries. And so I actually got a basket from church, and I was like, God, what is happening to me? What is going on in my life? I had never suffered so badly, never gone through so much in my life. It was awful. So I understand where you are. I understand what struggle is. There were days I didn't want to live because I didn't understand what was happening. Why I had to lose my parents. Why did I lose my home? I lost my home to foreclosure. But God is good, and so you got to keep on going. And so it was temporary. The pain is still there, but God gives you grace, and you learn to cope with the pain and the frustration and the hurt. And so you just keep on going, okay? Don't give up, all right? It's temporary. What you are going through is temporary. There is going to be a day again when the sun will shine. I have been through a lot. I've had breast cancer 11 years ago. I grew up as a biracial child in St. Louis, living in the hood, and I was bullied a lot. Get over it. Whatever's happening in your life, I'm sorry I say it with love, but get over it. You got to keep on going. You got to keep on pushing. You cannot give up on you. Do not give up on your dreams. You need your dreams. Your dreams are your sustenance. There is destiny awaiting you. There is greatness inside of you. And whether or not you believe it today, you gotta believe it. You gotta know that the things that God has planted inside you are there for a reason. You can't give up. You can't give up. I've been there. I've wanted to give up. There are some days I've had, I just could not. I didn't know how I was putting one foot in front of the other. I didn't know why. There were some mornings I'd wake up, I would be like, after I lost my parents, I'd be like, wow, my heart is still beating. How? How does a broken heart go on beating? But it did, and there's grace. God gives us grace. So I just want to encourage you today, don't give up. Don't give up. If you're struggling out here trying to make a dime, trying to make some money, you need to hook up with the right mentor, because the right mentor can make all the difference. Okay, I've had mentors and they probably meant well, but they didn't really give me what I needed. Okay, at that time they had other things that were going on as well. And so I want to encourage you, hook up with a mentor who is who can challenge you to grow, who is a great resource person for you, who is a compassionate, loving person, and make sure that you vibe with that person. Okay, but I want to encourage you today, even more so than finding a great mentor to help you, to keep on pushing through whatever it is that you are going through. There is greatness inside you. You are going through so many difficulties because God is trying to take you to the next level, but you got to pass the test. You got to pass the test, so don't give up. Keep pushing. Just keep going. Don't give up. Much love. One love. Bye-bye.